What are your initial thoughts, Romer? How we
I'm
looking?
excited. I'm excited for this game. Like we were talking about before, this is a big game for the Olympians and for the Trash Pandas. If the Olympians win this game, I'm not too sure with how everything else goes, but they can get themselves out of the gauntlet. And for Trash Pandas, it just comes down to seeding for them in the playoffs.
I do believe since the Skogs Thor division beat Ducky's Thor division earlier on, Olympians, if they win this game, are out of the gauntlet, and Duckies are then put into the gauntlet. So
Definitely an exciting game then.
big seeding implications with Olympians, and this Trash Pandas team's looking pretty hot. DeputyMoofiin is frying every solo laner in the league so far, what I've been seeing.
I have been hearing a lot about DeputyMoofiin. I think solo lane is definitely a lane we're gonna want to look at this game. Who is the solo laner for the Olympians again?
MOEZARTS. He's defending champion. The champion from last season. From
Yeah,
the Jungle
Yeah,
Skogs.
he's another guy I see like everywhere. When I look at like at least draft league streams, I feel like I'm always seeing Mozart. So I'm excited to see him play. I feel like it should be a good matchup in the solo between these two.
MOEZARTS is a really strong solo laner. A lot of people rag on him, thinking that he's a Sun Wukong Cthulhu main, but I've seen him play plenty of things.
I've actually
Should we
never
get
seen
into
him
picking
play.
bans here?
Never seen him play those gods.
Really?
I've always seen him on Guan.
Guan?
Yeah, that's what I've
Was that
seen
in the
him on
beginning of
usually.
the season? I think Guan was
I
really
think it was
good at the
another
beginning.
it was in another league. No, it was like within the past 2 weeks.
Okay.
We get into P's and B's here. We see the Tiamat ban come out first. Interesting though that the first pick team bans the Tiamat.
Yeah, every time that we're first pick, we always just leave it up and hope that we can get it, but it's always been sadly.
No, definitely like since she's such a high priority first pick at the moment. You know, normally if you're first pick, you just leave her up because every mid I feel like is fiending for her when I play with them. They're always like, yo, if Tiamat gets through, I'll take it. Then we see the Persephone ban come back in kind. Just makes sense. If they're gonna ban the one, you ban the other. And the Trash Pandas bans the Odin. Does that mean we're gonna see the Osiris?
Osiris?
We gonna keep it going 1 for 1?
Strong? Come on, Olympians. But yeah, the Persephone team band's pretty standard. Both top mages right now. And then Odin, top solo laner, along with Scylla.
That's something. That's gotta be a target ban.
That is definitely.
Who's there?
The Pandas mid.
Dude, I just need to keep these rosters up in front of me. I always keep the standings up in front of me. I need to start doing it with rosters.
Ashen Eclipse. I think I remember seeing some good Scylla games on Ashen Eclipse, so maybe it's a target ban. But
I just don't think it's a great target ban. I've played with Ashen before. He's definitely got a deep god pool, and he's not limited to a Scylla. So maybe it's more just the Olympians don't play well into that pick.
Could be very well. The cripple from the one, pretty strong, and then the ult secures like none other.
Mm-hmm.
You only got like Raw and Thoth that kind of compare to that. And then the Artemis band from Trash Pan is pretty standard. Top hunter right now. With the bow build and stims, and then her ult being CC immune. She's just got so much going on. Stupid god.
So we do see Osiris is still up, and they banned 3 mid laners.
Wow.
Olympians really does not want Ashen to play the game. Oh my.
Not one bit. Ashen pretty standard too. Cerberus top pick, another top solo laner. Flex to support also pretty standard.
Mm-hmm. And we see the Cerberus pick top 3. We've actually seen that flex into support and solo today. I definitely think he's a stronger pick in the solo, but definitely a good first pick. And we see the Olympians pick the soul. Are they just trying to strip picks from Ashen here? Because I know Ashen loves the soul pick.
Gilgamesh.
And then the Gilgamesh makes sense. Olympians came into this set, and
Ready.
they hopped in a call before this set, and they said, yo, Ashen, we're not letting that guy play the game how he wants to play the game. Like, this is...
What do you think about Gilgamesh being let through? I think that Gilgamesh is a super strong team fight, and my team at least never lets him through.
I agree with you on the fact he's a super strong team fight, but I do feel like there's just some gods right now that are just worse. There's just so many things to ban right now, especially like this Yamoja that got through.
That's fair.
You know, I mean, at least at least with Gilgamesh, you don't have a leap. You can just beads out, or if you have a like slow immune ability, you can walk out. But Yamoja, when the River's Rebuke goes up and you're trapped in the walls, leaving is that's not an option. But, you know,
wow, should be maintained. Soul 3, I'm pretty sure gets through, right?
Yeah, Soul 3 will be able to get out of River's Rebuke. Ooh, we see the Ares. Definitely a counter that people like to Yamoja. because she doesn't have the CC immune ult, which then just, she either gets beads or you get Ares ulted all game. Your choice. And
Yep.
also along with the Izanami, who doesn't even have a CC immune ult. So now this Ares pick into these two gods that already are going to struggle to play around his ultimate. Definitely a pick I like.
I like the Ares too. And then your Ares can kind of lock down your Izanami with chains if he doesn't have ult, and the Cerberus can get locked down too.
And we see the Osiris ban. Definitely shocked that that god got through the top 3 picks with just how oppressive he is right now.
Definitely, especially with the flex to solo. I think that that god is stupid strong.
And we see the
Cardio
Ardia ban come
ban.
out for Trash Pandas. Definitely just another strong pick right now. We actually saw her play in one of the sets earlier today. What was it? It was the Ice Age versus Overlord set. Elf Frost pulled out the Ardio, and he was looking making that god look very good in this current meta. And we see the Kali pick come out from the Olympians.
Interesting.
Definitely a pick that just, if you played against it and you don't deal well with it, like there's nothing wrong with banning it. Once she uses the ultimate and she just can't die, God, it's just not fun to play against.
Not one bit. I don't know how, but like, it feels like I look at a Kali build and she's got like 100 power, and she autos me 4 times and I'm dead. Blows
Yeah,
my
it definitely
mind.
does a lot of damage. And we see the Achilles lock in. I'm assuming that's going to solo, along with I guess that Achilles could be flexing the jungle and put this Gilgamesh in solo. I wonder what the Olympians are going to choose to do here.
I don't like that. I think that the Achilles should definitely go solo, but I feel like Achilles doesn't have the best matchup in the Cerberus. Purely because the Achilles sustain is pretty good, and that's like a big part of his hit. And Cerberus just eats it all up.
I think it just
But
comes down to, is the Cerberus going to hit his paralyzing spit or not? Because because Achilles is never going to let his breath do damage. He's just going to steel bash him out of it every single time. So it's going to come down to the Cerberus using paralyzing spit for his damage. And we see Trash Pandas lock in the Hell. I was thinking about this pick in the back of my head. They strip so much from Ashen, and I know I've seen him play this Hell, and they let it through after they pick the Ares, which is going to make Ares' life so much harder with the purification on Hells too.
Definitely. The Hell pick here is absolutely immense right now. Between the healing that Umoja and Hell are going to provide, and then they can't pick, Olympians can't pick up the Cerberus or the Osiris to counter the healing.
Camazot's being hovered here. That's an interesting pick. I feel like we haven't seen him able to do much in the current meta. I'm not too sure how much I like this pick. How about yourself?
I did see Layers pick it up in the SPL today. He looks pretty good on it. I think that Camazot's is I think they're picking up Camazot's right here because of their lack of dive. Like Cerberus, he dives kind of well, but it's not that strong, and Camazot's super strong dive.
Yeah.
You get the CC damage immune ult, and you can pump out damage while ulting.
The biggest thing is that the Kama doesn't need, a lot of like Soliners, like the Cerberus, he's going to want his Blink to be able to engage. Because if not, he's going to have to leap in an ult, and if they have beads or just he doesn't get everybody, they're just going to turn and look at him, and his leap's going to be down. But when you're on Camazotz and you leap in, you have the Bat out of Hell at your disposal to get away. It's CC immune and your damage immune when you're up there.
Definitely. I like the Camazotz pick. I think it's pretty good. I think he's kind of slept on. I just think that his issue is his lack of CC.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that the damage that comes out of Camazotz, the Discordia.
So that means that Soul is ADC.
Oh, Soul ADC? I didn't even think about that. I saw
Soul's
the
going
Anubis
to the
hover.
duo.
Yeah. I saw the Anubis hover, and I was like, it's a new mid. I didn't even think about the Soul being on the team. How do you like Soul and ADC rather than mid?
I mean, she definitely can bring the pressure, and if I may say, she does bring the heat, but
Nice.
She like can get the pressure, but is she going to get that pressure over a pick like Izanami? That's the big question. And then the other big thing is that this Cerberus is going to build so many magical protections now, and I'm worried that the Olympians team is going to struggle to kill this Cerberus. And not only is it Cerberus, it's DeputyMoofiin, who I keep hearing about and everyone's talking about, is going nuts on the solo right now.
Yeah, this DeputyMoofiin guy. I haven't played against him. Sadly, I wish I could have, because I'm the solo laner. But this man's been popping off. I always see the screenshots. He's like 10-0. He's like 1-0 and 15 or something like that. Whether it's him assisting his team or him just frying the other team's backline, this man's been doing it all.
Mm-hmm.
But what do you think about comps? Who do you favor in here?
I mean, I feel like I just like Trash Pandas comp more. They have the Yemoja and the Cerberus who just have such strong ultimates, and then they have the Hell, who's just a strong pick right now, into this Ares, into this Gilgamesh, who both have super strong ultimates, but Hell's Purification is just going to make them easier to deal with. And the other thing I'm worried about with the Olympians is that looking at, like, you know, their top 2 picks and then the top 3 bands, it looked like they were trying so hard to push Ashen out, and yet they gave him a pick that I've seen him play, and I've seen him play well on. So it almost feels like maybe their P's and B's game plan was kind of messed up.
I gotta agree with you there. I think the Hell is super strong right now. I'm surprised that I don't like the Scylla ban. I think that's my main issue with that part of their draft. But I agree with you. The Trash Pandas I think came out of steal, getting Cerberus, Yemoja, Hell, all top 3, top 5 in their respective world. But I could see the Olympians, if they get off to an early start, they could roll with it.
And maybe if they're able, like, I don't know, I feel like they really need to target this Yemoja and Izanami and have, like, their soul laner keep this Hell, this Achilles, keep this Hell out of the fight so that, and just survive so that they can abuse this Izanami and this Yemoja for not having CC ults into the Ares. And I feel like they have to make sure that those 2 stay away from Hell. Yeah. So that they can pull them, they can take advantage of the beads being down.
I agree with you there. I think that this area should be Blink. He needs a Relic Dagger. He should be Blink ulting this Izanami and Yemoja on cooldown. Every chance he gets. What do you the Hell into the Achilles? I think that's unfortunate. You go up with the Achilles ult and then Hell just pops a heal on somebody. Your Achilles ult is out of range now. Now you're just sitting in the middle of them.
Yeah, we're definitely going to need to see some anti-heal on the side of the Olympians so they can make use of this Achilles execute. So getting into the game here, looking at the builds, it's looking like everything's pretty standard so far, although we do see a little bit of difference in the mid builds. And obviously the ADC builds, considering one's a mage and one's a hunter. But, you know, in the mid builds, you know, we see Ashen on this Hell going for the Sands of Time, and I'm assuming that's going to be a Chronos pendant, so that she can get that 30% CDR in like the first 5 minutes of the game. Well, and I'm curious what this Disco is going to do, if that's going to be a Chronos pendant, so this Disco can also have high cooldown, or if this Disco is going to opt to go into the pen early on with the Karen's coin.
Maybe I think the Rada Tahuti's been seeing a lot of play in the. I know that Shinto built it today.
Yeah,
you're right. You're
right.
He backed first item. Rada Tahuti was pumping out damage.
That was something to be worried about, especially with Disco's passive. That's something I wanted to get into. Disco's passive, where it just gives whoever has the highest damage on your team the extra damage. DeputyMoofiin could have a hard time in this soul lane against MOEZARTS on this Achilles if he does get that passive to himself.
Ooh. Interesting. So we see Yemoja go for Riptide first to keep her minion wave close to her tower.
Although Izanami took big damage.
Oh my. So her and her ADC could get all 6 minions, so she could go to her green buff. So that's a pretty smart play, Nish.
Definitely a play we've been seeing. I know my support on my team, I've definitely seen him do that quite a few times. But the one thing that worries me is that this Izanami got so poked out. Although it looks like they've made up for it now, and now it looks like Krunkaholik is the one who's poked out.
There he's taking a lot of damage. Izanami's also taking a lot of damage. I agree with you though, as you're saying during P's and P's. I don't see how this Olympians team's gonna kill a tank. Oh my.
MOEZARTS mighty low over here. Cerberus can definitely do some big damage. Although, just back over here in duo too, it looks like Trash Pandas are poked out over here as well.
Looks like pressure all over the board. DeputyMoofiin flexing those Cerberus muscles. That's an unfortunate chain smith. That Ares chains are broken. They do so much damage.
Do a lot of damage. MOEZARTS gonna need help here, it looks like. Although he did just hit level 3, so he's gonna start getting his sustain online, but Cerberus up and although we see the GettinCawky pushed up a little too far into this Ares, and then soldiers look at him and hits him with the 2, and Ares just gets the chain, and Kawky just isn't able to survive, and I believe they even pulled his beads off of that.
Yep. The beads off, he beats the cripple from the chains, and still died.
Kawky definitely cannot be walking in front of his support like that. He's definitely got to make sure he's staying behind his support because you know if he walks in front, that's all that's gonna happen. He's just gonna get Ares chained and they're gonna look at him.
See a purple buff invade for the Olympians on the left-hand side, and a blue buff invade for the Trash Pandas on the right-hand side.
Although we see the Gilgamesh blink onto the Yemoja here and try to get her, although it looks like Yemoja will just use her Riptide to get away. Oh, they didn't get the buff. The buff is still up, and now it looks like Trash Pandas is trying to make a defense. And unfortunately, they will not be able to successfully defend that buff. Although on the other side of the map, they've held Gilgamesh there, and MOEZARTS is on his speed while we see FlameyTheFeeder get the solo kill onto Ashen in the mid lane. And if you're Olympians right now, I mean I feel like that's what this team wants to see. You know, we talked about the P's and B's putting him down.
Sorry, I just realized something. FlameyTheFeeder is the Olympians jungler. And Xarxith is their mid.
Oh, wait.
Did they just forget to swap and didn't want to reset, or are we seeing a role swap here? Interesting.
I mean, FlameyTheFeeder just sold the other mid. I'm not too sure. I'm starting to feel like this was intended.
You got me there.
Although one big thing to note is that Xarxith stayed so long in this left jungle and on that purple buff that he lost his speed and his blue to this MOEZARTS. So even though his team won the pressure over there, this MOEZARTS has the pressure over him now with an XP lead and a gold lead, I would assume. Although we see some aggression here on the DeputyMoofiin. Unfortunately, the beats come out just a little bit late, and it looks like he will die. Great body blocks from MOEZARTS there. Good gank from Xarxith as well. It definitely looks like MOEZARTS needed some help with this Cerberus. Cerberus has so much pressure early on, and then just Achilles without a blue buff is not a fun time.
Not one bit, Achilles. I mean, she's always mana with one rotation ability, and then without a blue buff, kind of sits there and stares at the enemy solo laner as they clear their wave.
Although I would assume that with that kill, they'll be able to defend this blue buff, but maybe not if Achilles gets a little too aggressive here, but it looks like he's just placing a ward and walking away. I would imagine he's going to be able to get this blue buff back, and it looks like Xarxith may be going to help him or not. It looks like Olympians... Actually, it doesn't look like anybody wants to keep the buffs down. I might have been wrong. I thought these teams were going to want to keep these buffs down and under control, but it looks like Olympians and Trash Pandas will kind of just concede and secure their buffs.
We got Rogue and Krunkaholik going for
oh, wait, I'm wrong. They are keeping this... Ooh, the Ease of Beads are back up though, so the Ares ult does not find its mark. And we see Kama leap in here onto the Ares, although Kama just leaps into the chains. He's on his own, getting very low, and looks like he will be able to escape, and Trash Pandas does secure the purple buff.
Well played by the Trash Pandas. I think they'll rotate from mid and jungle is necessary there. Rogue, if he hits that 2 ult, I think that Cocky just dies. Full damage. Stupid.
Yeah, big thing now though is that now Cocky doesn't have those beads at his disposal. I mean, I'm positive the moment that this Ares gets his ult back, he's coming. He's gonna talk to his carry. Go, hey, where's the Izanami at? I got a chain with her name on it. He's gonna come right back over there. So hopefully Trash Pandas is gonna be prepared for that.
Interesting take by MOEZARTS. Picks up the Tainted Steel. What do you think about that? I actually like it.
I like it because I personally hate the anti-heal items for tanks.
Yep.
And I'd rather sacrifice my starter because I like the upgraded versions of Tainted Steel far more than I like Pestilence or Contagion. Like, I'd much rather build the Talisman or even the Bulwark right now.
Oh, Bulwark is so strong. Oh my. 80 protections, 200 health. I believe it gives CCR too, along with the passive.
Although I'm sure not having the Warrior's Axe will end up hurting him a bit. It looks like Light possibly... Oh, we see the Yemoja will come out onto the Hell here. And Yemoja is just going to Riptide away. It looks like Trash Pandas will get out with no casualties, although it looks like Disco is looking for a little something there, going towards their red buff. I wonder if Olympians knows this red buff's going on, although we see... Is that a solo kill?
Solo.
DeputyMoofiin gets the solo kill over here. MOEZARTS definitely going to need some help over here with DeputyMoofiin. Looking very strong on the Cerberus right now. And like I said earlier, like they have these 2 mages. If this, although interesting thing to note, even though that they have the 2 mages as their carries who are going to be pumping out their main sources of damage late game, Moofin is opting to go into the physical prots. But I guess he's against an Achilles. I'm losing my mind. I'm being weird.
Ooh.
Although
he's looking safe.
We do see Olympians here to defend this blue buff, although it looks like MOEZARTS was still wanting it, while MOEZARTS is on the left side of the map looking at this soul.
3-man rotate to see the blue buff. There. MOEZARTS applying the pressure right now.
So I'm a little curious with how Olympians want to play this one out. If they want to try and get this Izanami pressure over this soul, or if they would rather go to solo and try and help their Achilles, who's actually 2 levels down to the Cerberus right now with his laning phase.
I don't know how the Olympians want to play. It seems like the Olympians are just farming right now. Oh, we see the Ares going left.
Although Kake's beats are back up, he did take a little too long and he's committing the blink to it. I'm not sure I like this Ares, just he's repeatedly blink. He keeps blink ulting this beads keeps blink ulting the Izanami when her beads are up, and I don't know, like he's using his relic and he's not really getting much for it, although it looks like they might be able to get this gold score, but Izanami has caught wind of it. Kake coming in here, looks like he wants it, and he steals it.
What a play. You saw that Ashen.
And we see Ashen get the kill onto FlameyTheFeeder, or FlameyTheFeeder.
Had to pay him back.
It's interesting right now, it kind of felt like Olympians kind of had the pressure in the early game, but it looks like Trash Pandas is beginning to pick it back up. Ashen gets Solic over there. They keep looking for something on Izanami, and Kake is not letting them have anything. And if Olympians don't find something soon, Trash Pandas might be able. Yeah, this game is even out now, and Trash Pandas there. What the things they're doing, they're finding these picks so far in the past few minutes. So
I think that the Olympians had to run away with this game with early pressure, and I think that it's slowly fading away. Between the Soul and the Discord trying to deal with this Cerberus, I don't see any world where they do.
And we see the other Scorpion go down, so we're gonna see a lot of objectives up on the map and able to be taken.
Trash Pandas retake the lead with it's not very much, it's like 100 gold, 300 gold, but still a swing back considering Olympians were up about 1,000-ish a couple minutes ago.
Interesting thing to note, we were talking about if this hell was gonna go into the Chronos Pendant or the Tahuti or the Karens, and Ashen decided to go the Doom Orb.
We were completely wrong.
Definitely an item. I mean, just whenever you're playing mid and you build that Doom Orb, it feels so good. And alright, Discord, Discordia hits the Great Strife, but Hell just goes alright, and she just heals herself the whole way up.
Her 1 and her 3 and walks away.
I'm interested to see how this Doom Orb works. It's gonna make it so hard for the dive of the Olympians to even catch her, because she gets the movement speed from the 3 as well.
Yep. I will note, I like the wards on the side of the Olympians. They got wards deep in the jungle on the right side. They got wards right in that gold Fury pit on the left side.
Well, we see a fight happening here amid. The Yemoja Riptide comes out. Yemoja does get ulted by Ares, but she has the beads. Unfortunately, Krunkaholik just cannot seem to find any pulls with this Ares.
Rogue dedicated the ult too. I don't know if that's a good trade. I think that we need to see Krunkaholik get the Relic Dagger and get a little bit more active. Relic Dagger Pridwin, that's what I want to see.
Although, I'm not too sure. It looks like the Olympians are looking at the Skull Fury while MOEZARTS and Light look at this kill onto MOEZARTS.
I like this play by the Olympians. Like they're going after the Izanami.
Just out of the map. I don't know if Izanami knows they're there. She tries to use the dash to get away. Now that the dash is down, she drops the ultimate to silence them and maybe be able to get away, but the Ares chains come out, and like you said earlier, you don't like the Ares chain damage, and we just saw it do so much that Izanami, but we do see the Trash Pandas pick up this Pyromancer.
Yeah. I don't know. This is a interesting game. Did MOEZARTS not die there? No, he did.
MOEZARTS.
He respawned.
MOEZARTS got dove by MOEZARTS and Light, and they ran him down at his own speed buff. It looks like Trash Pandas, are they looking for this Gulf Fury? Do they know that Gilgamesh is behind them right now? I don't think they know.
I don't think.
He's still going.
And he's going. There.
And yeah, I think he got that purple too. Unfortunate. Just feels like the wards for the Trash Pandas are just lacking a little bit there. If they know that's there, they probably collapse on Xarxith, kill him, and get that Gulf Fury. Although we see
Eclipse with the solo again.
I mean, they tried to ban him out, and it's not looking like it did the job. Ashen is looking mighty fine on this hell, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that 3 just hit those harpies for 500 damage.
Yes, 508 damage to be exact. But
Hell is doing big numbies this far into the game, and Olympians need to find an answer for it quick. They do have the anti-heal online already, and we see the Winds of Shamash come out here, but Yamoja with a crazy Riptide stops the drop kick.
And that halts all the aggression.
Gray, what are you on? What is Gray on here? I want some. And we see Asher come in, and just like we were saying, those 3's doing big damage, and he's chasing the soul down, and Kama's with him, and Light finds the kill. We see the River's Review come down, and Gilgamesh is able to leap away. He said, nah, Yamoja, you embarrassed me enough today. And then we see the Ares come in here, and he gets a 4-man ult, and he pulls, well, somebody, I can't tell anymore, but unfortunately they can't find anything, and Trash Pan is now running down this tower, and poor Ares all alone. DeputyMoofiin rotates from across the map. MOEZARTS here as well, and we're going to see Trash Pandas go and pull the Skull Fury.
Trash Pandas had better group. What off? Was that a 4-man strife?
4-man strife.
Too bad.
Unfortunately, she wasn't able to hit the one off of it. We see Light maybe in a little too deep here. No bat out of hell at its disposal. We see Moofiin come in and try to use the ult to help him, but unfortunately Light will still fall, and he gets hit by the Apple of Discord. Moofiin awfully low here. The Olympians have decided, you know what, we don't need the Gulf Fury, we'll just find these kills. But now they've noticed they still haven't gotten it done, and they're coming for the kill. For the kills, Achilles finds the execute. Trash Pandas does secure the Gulf Fury, but at what cost? Achilles coming in here, and they do not want to let him go. They use the strife. Achilles using the execute for distance. Awfully low here, has the dash at his disposal. Izanami uses the ultimate, and she will end up falling.
I can't. Ooh. So that was a 4 for a Gold Fury.
Definitely not what you want to see. The 3-man, that was Flamey, MOEZARTS, and was that Rogue with them as well? Or was that Xarxith? I'm not. No, that was Xarxith, and they kind of, Light was pushed out a little too far then by himself, and they noticed that, and they killed him, and then Moofiin came in and tried to peel for him and get him out, but it was too late for Light, and then Moofiin, they just kind of said, you know what? You guys can have the Gulf Fury. We're going to chase down Moofiin. And then they killed Moofiin, and they turned around, and they said, wait, this thing isn't dead yet? Yo, we want in on this. And Trash Pandas did secure it, but then they were mighty poked out from it, and unfortunately were not able to get away.
I think that the Olympians could have stole that if they just paid attention on monthly health. I believe that Cocky just got it with autos.
I believe they did too, but I wonder if all of their abilities were still down from killing DeputyMoofiin.
That's true. DeputyMoofiin, a big tanky dog right now.
And we see some more skirmishes going down over here on the right side of the map. Trash Pandas, I would definitely say, did not come out on top of that fight, but that is not making them waver one bit. We see the Gilgamesh going aggressive onto Light here. The Winds of Shamash come down, but the Bat out of Hell at his disposal does manage to get him out. But Gilgamesh also very low. We see Moofiin blink in and find the kill, but now the team of Olympians have rotated in here. We see the Discord come out, and it finds the kill onto Ashen Eclipse. And we see the Ares ult come out. Unfortunately, it wasn't able to pull anybody. Light does manage to blink away.
Light, my man, you need it back.
And we see DeputyMoofiin here. Now hits the 2-man ult. Unfortunately, cannot find the paralyzing spit. However, Achilles awfully low here, trying to get away from him. He does find the kill, but now we see Rogue rotate from across the map. Coming in here, hits the Stellar Burst. DeputyMoofiin awfully low. Rogue finds the kill onto DeputyMoofiin. What will come first? Will he get this Myota's HP down, or will the Riptide come up? There's one Riptide. Will she be able to use another? The Olympians do not want to let her go here. They don't care about this tower.
Cocky rotating.
Cocky is rotating in here. Unfortunately, ult is off the mark. Cocky will try and peel for his support here, hoping that the Riptide comes up in time to get her out, and it looks like there were just enough Riptides to help her escape, but Cocky doing big damage here, and now we see Light has come back, and he's looking for a little something. Flamey awfully low here.
So my question is, why? I think that I don't know. Maybe for a Fire Giant pull, a Pyromancer pull, but it just seemed like that fight was way too
I don't even know. I almost wonder if that fight was over a blue buff, or if Trash Pandas just kind of took that, or if just Trash Pandas, I don't know, maybe they just took that L at Gulf Fury and they were a little mad and kind of just got really aggressive. Although it looks like they might be rewarded with a Pyromancer, possibly, maybe. Will they pull it? They have 4 members here. The bracers drop. They're gonna pull it. And Xarx.
Oh, nobody's around. 3 Pyromancers.
I don't know. I couldn't tell if Xarx knew they were doing it or not. I think he did once once Light walked
turned the
over to
corner.
him, but
So
you know, I guess that does. Do Trash Pandas come out on top there?
yes.
I think
Just 'cause
so.
they got
I don't
the
know.
objective?
Was that 3 separate fights or 1 big fight? I'm not too sure.
Yes.
Just so much fighting. Although, if you look at the gold, it looks like Trash Pandas are about 1,000 ahead. So, or no, is that 2,000? That's 2,000 ahead.
So, if themselves 2,000 gold, it was pretty good. XP, pretty even. You got a 1 level lead in the supports for the Olympians, and a 1 level lead in the solos for Trash Pandas.
Mm-hmm.
Other than that, it's pretty even.
Although we see the
Feeder
members of
taking it.
Olympians coming over here for Cocky. Can't remember if his beads are down or not. Oh, the Ares uses the ult. Maybe just a little too much, but you know, once again, I mean, you know, they find the pick and it's gonna let Rogue get ahead. But I mean, they're not able to get the Gold Fury. However, one big thing, they got the Izanami beats there.
They did get the Izanami beads. I don't know if we needed the Ares ult though. I think that the kick.
Maybe not, but I would assume that these Izanami beads are gonna come back up once this Gold Fury spawns, and I believe Ares ult will be back up.
Yes.
So I definitely think
I like to pick up Krunk.
it's gonna pay off. I feel like they don't want to fight here, although Light takes big damage caught by the Strife, and Discord throws the apple, but it bounces off walls and is not able to find him. Flamey, you know, he didn't have the greatest early game getting killed in mid, however, he is showing up now that, you know, I can have not the greatest early game, but, you know, I can play Discordia. I'll hit these Stripes and I'll hit these ones and do big damage. Umoja trying to steal the Oni Fury, unfortunately will not be able to. Olympians secure it by using Stellar Burst. And now it feels like the game's going the way of the Olympians. Trash Pandas are going to have to deal with these Oni waves.
And even they're posturing over towards Fire Giant. I like that. Except Rogue went to the left. Rogue, what are you doing? You're throwing, man.
No, I mean, Rogue went left, but there's nothing to really fight over. I don't think either of these teams are pulling this Fire Giant just yet.
That's true. I would like to see something happen with the Oni waves. Maybe push down a right T1 or move towards the Fire Giant with the Oni pressure and left. So it just looks like everybody's gonna go about farming. Well, we got some downtime. Let's look at some builds. What do we got here?
We see that the DeputyMoofiin did go the Bulwark. So he's going to be, and he has the Stone of Binding, and he's going into the Pridwin. Definitely going to be hard to kill, but oh my, look at the build. He's so far ahead compared to like everybody else.
Jordan, can we get a hover on the Bulwark, please? Yeah, 20% CCR, 250 health, and 80 procs, along with a buff passive. Busted it. I mean, it's only for like 2,400 gold, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That item provides so much tankiness for such a cheap price. I think it's gotta get nerfed.
Yeah, it's definitely a crazy item. I almost have a hard time. I want to build it, but I almost have a hard time now. It's crazy. We have one more item slot, and now I'm having a hard time choosing what that 6th item should be. It's a cursed existence. Although, interesting thing, you know, Achilles, the team of Olympians, I'm assuming that he is behind the Serb in gold. He opts to go the Mantle. Such an expensive item.
I think that he was like Mantle, 60 procs of each.
He's about 1,800 behind.
1,800 behind, but I think that Mantle provides so much tankiness, and then the passive from Mantle is a really good way to get out, and especially with Achilles, because you want to go in deep, use all your abilities, and then that Mantle Stun allows you to kind of create that separation that you need for your next cycle of abilities to come up so you can get away.
Interesting thing to note, is that a Staff of Mirrodin on the Hell? On a stance switcher?
That is a Staff of Mirrodin.
I don't think we normally see the Staff of, like, the Staff and Pridwin and Erendite on these stance switcher gods, do we?
No. I gotta talk to Ashen about that. I wanna know what the thought process is.
I mean, I guess if he sticks in Dark Stance and, or maybe he just switches, I guess sometimes he just gets the passive where he just has an absurd amount of cooldown.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fairly good stat stick. I just think it's a little bit expensive for the stats that it provides. The 10% pen, 10% CDR, and then the 85 power. But I think it's a bit expensive. You could go, if you wanted something along those lines, you could always just go like a Rada Tahuti or something like that with a pen and even more power. You get your CDR from your Chronos pen.
And another thing to look at here, this MOEZARTS is going a full tank build and not really going the bruiser build that we normally see on these junglers right now.
He is looking.
And
to
even Gilgamesh
kill.
also has kind of a tankier build or a more damage-oriented build than you normally see.
It's looking like this. TheLight is looking to just kill Rogue, just run at him.
Mm-hmm.
With the burst, he's trying to say, "I kill you before your Disapper gets off and you die."
Yeah. Although one thing I don't like that he went the Toxic Blade, because Rogue also opted to go it so that they wouldn't have two Divines. I'm not a huge fan of him having this Toxic Blade. I feel like the Gilgamesh would function better with the Brawlers. You know, you drop one Winds of Shamash and you catch like 3 people. That's 3 people that now have Brawlers applied. Although we see them getting aggressive onto the emoji here. She gets hit with the Discordia ult. Achilles misses the shield bash, but he is able to find the execute. Ray falls very fast, and now we see MOEZARTS alone with the entire team of the Olympians. And it looks like they will come and try to help him. Izanami misses the ultimate, unfortunately. No, she hit it. And then we see Rogue find the kill. Rogue doing huge damage.
Pumping out the numbers, Rogue. I see you. I see you.
Great play from Olympians there, you know. They just found that Yemoja by herself and insta-killed her.
Ray kind of baited her team in there.
Yeah, definitely. I think Trashman is, you know, when that, you know, if Gray's kind of that far out, I think they might just have to cut their losses and be like, Gray, I'm sorry, but you gotta go. If you can Riptide out, we'll help you out, but till then, sayonara.
And then once they dedicated to trying to help Gray, they kind of funneled in one by one. You had Cocky up by
I believe Cocky had like a 3-man ult there, and they still couldn't turn that. We see the Olympians pulling this Fire Giant now, but they just killed 3 to 4 people on the side of the Trash Pandas. I don't think they're going to be able to be here in time to defend this. The emoji does show up, tries to steal it, but it's not going to be able to do so. And now we see the members of Trash Pandas on the run. Although we do see the MOEZARTS invading the left jungle while the Olympians are running it down right lane.
I like that play. They're behind. You're not going to defend this T1. Most likely not going to defend this T2. Go get your enemy's jungle. See what you can pick up on the left-hand side.
I kind of want to see him and Cocky maybe pull this Gulf Fury and see if they chase this Phoenix. The only problem is if they do it and Olympians find out, Olympians is just going to run this part down.
They're backing up. Nobody was there at that Phoenix. What are you doing, Olympians?
I mean, they're giving them respect that they're going to be here to defend it, but I don't know if they would have. MOEZARTS on the Draugr.
Yeah.
I think Olympians may be respecting the Trash Pandas a little too much because they weren't there. They wouldn't have been there.
It's the DeputyMoofiin pass with the speed buff. OP.
Definitely, Light is definitely having a hard time getting onto that back line this game because he doesn't have any of the tank items that you're normally seeing right now, so the moment he goes back there, he just immediately gets low and he has to use Bat Out of Hell to disengage, and he's just unable to go back in after that.
What do you think of the Ring of Hecate on that soul? I've heard polarizing opinions on it. Some people are like, I think that item's bad, not good, and some people are like, I think that this item makes boxing so easy. What do you think?
Man, we're both brain dead solo laners. I really don't know. I'll be entirely honest with you. I hear like the same things. I either hear that item. You know what? I could say this. I've never heard that item is alright. I've either heard it's one of the best items in the game, or it's completely trash, you're trolling if you build it.
Yep. On release, I will say that item was broken.
Oh, the item is not fun to play against on release.
No, it caught some nerfs, made it more balanced, but
you know, Soul is definitely looking for that lifesteal, so I think it definitely works in with her build. She's gonna have the 3 lifesteal items once she upgrades this Vampiric Shroud. And then she has the pen, she has the Toxic Blade and the Spear of the Magus for the 2 flat pen items, and then the Tahuti for, I believe Tahuti gives 10%, correct?
yes. If Moofiin itemized more magical, I think that he would not die. There would be no chance that this Olympians team kills him with the lack of percent pen that Ray has.
Although I still think he can do it because he's gonna sell the Fighter's Mask and he's gonna sell the Stone of Binding, and he could easily sell like that Fighter's Mask. You know, he sells it for the Genjis, and now he's got absurd cooldowns, and then he sells the Stone of Binding for Void Stone, and now all of a sudden he's got pen on his own.
That's true. I think that the Trash Pandas aren't too far out of this.
Oh, the one
Down
thing
about
I
6,000
am.
gold. What
Oh
was
my
that?
bad. I was gonna say before this Phoenix Siege starts, they look at all the anti-heal that the Olympians have. Like this hell is definitely not healing. And we see MOEZARTS go in on the backline and use the ultimate. Unfortunately, they have the beads and then the Ares. The Ares ult kills Gray and unfortunately he can't live. And he even committed the beads. So we see the Gilga kick straight into the Apple of Discord, and DeputyMoofiin falls inside the bird. 5 members of the Olympians still going strong. Are they gonna looking like they want to end the game? Will Trash Pandas be able to defend it? They're gonna do their best. Gilgamesh comes in onto the backline and gets the kickoff, but cannot get enough damage. They just hop back in the fountain and heal. Ashen finds the kill onto Rogue. Ashen finds the kill onto Flamer. The members of Olympians awfully low here. It looks like Trash Pandas they are gonna do it. They are gonna be able to defend this, and we may just see Ashen's Doom Orb here pay off. And we got the Ashens are going in really hard. Ares is not able to find this damage. The hell is healing far too much.
Ashen played that well with going in the healing stance. If Ashen stayed in the damage stance, I think Ashen dies though.
You know, he definitely has to switch there. And that Mirrodin proc came in for him there. And he's already so healthy, my god. Definitely, maybe a little greedy from the Olympians to try and end with 3 members, but great play, not to diminish the plays from Ashen and from Cocky there. I mean, 2 of like the worst people, 2 of like the worst types of characters you could ever want to try and end the game with. You have a Hunter who doesn't care if you're being body blocked. She's gonna auto you.
Yep.
Does not matter if there's anything between me and you, I'm gonna hit you. And then Hell just has all the AoE damage and the AoE debuff. So then they're just all taking even more.
I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure before that Titan Siege, Izanami's PD was around like 12,000 damage. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not too sure, but I don't even want to know how much damage Oboe did there and just how much damage the autos did, because the Olympians, you know, they've been playing this game pretty well, but they just kind of all grouped up there. Although we do see this Fire Giant coming back. Trash Pandas, I'm hoping they get back. They're up and here in time to defend it, because the members of Olympians, they're all going to run straight out of base and towards this fire, you know? Cut our losses. We tried to end. We didn't get it. We still have Left Bird down. Titans have HP. They lose this fight, we win the game. And here we are. We do see they're pulling the Fire Giant. It's only the tanks that the DPS has just arrived. Gray in here a little bit by himself, getting big damage put onto him. However, that's a lot of commit. The disc ult that's been so huge in these fights is now down. And we see the Olympians do manage to secure the Fire Giant for themselves. But we see MOEZARTS and Light going in. MOEZARTS on the run. Unfortunately, not able to find much. And Light trying to get himself out as well. Though it looks like MOEZARTS has been caught out by the carries of Trash Pandas. And the rest of his team will come in to make them walk away.
Holy.
Curious to see how Trash Pandas play this one out. They can't give up these birds, and they can't lose a team fight, because either one right now means the end of the game.
Titans still at half health. I think that this is a pretty precarious situation for the Trash Pandas right now. But builds. That Mannequin Mason like good when that shit's bothering me. I don't know why. What do you think about it?
I think the other item says 10% of HP, and it looks a lot better. But I guess he has
20%.
He is going for this auto build though, so maybe I do like it more. He has the dominance, and he has the dominance of Serrated and the Toxic Blade. You know, I'm not a huge fan of him building that Toxic Blade. I would have rather seen him build that Brawlers, but you know, Xarxith is making this build auto based. You know,
that slaps. They're gonna hit with one auto. 300.
I definitely think he'd be better. That they would be better off with the Brawlers, but we'll see here. The members of Olympians now coming in. Is that an EFG, by the way?
No, I don't think so. I believe they got it like 10 seconds before.
Unfortunately, although we do see them coming and looking for the bird here, while they do have Xarxith on the left side. Although if they take this fight now, Xarxith won't be able to be there. Although Ashen doing big damage. The River's Rebuke comes down. Although Ashen gets caught in the Winter Shamash. Ares tries to ult. Light coming in onto the back line. Trash Pandas making this defense look really good. MOEZARTS finds the kill onto, I think that was Flamey. And we see big kills here. Rogue and Xarxith have to run the other way, and the Trash Pandas, but the left bird went back down.
Get that left bird.
Trash Pandas was such a good defense. Unfortunately, the left bird does go back down, but I mean, can they pull it off again is the question.
Man. I think that Yamo's ult was cracked. He split that team fight right in half, disabled the Olympians from seeing that bird. and DeputyMoofiin and Light just went in, feasted on the back line with Xarxith, separated away, and that's just how it went.
I mean, I'm so confused, man. Like, this almost felt like Trash Pandas, like, you know, they were here in the early and they were aggressive, and so were the Olympians, and then it almost felt like Trash Pandas just kind of went asleep in the mid game when they lost that one Gold Fury. Or, well, they got the Gold Fury, but then they took the 4 deaths for it, but now it looks like they're waking back up. They're turning up the gas. Although there's, you know, they're still kind of in that spot where it's do or die.
Yes.
But I mean, if they keep finding these kills on these defense while losing not many of their own, they're going to be able to pull this game back.
They can turn this right around. I think that one loss of the team right there is GG's. That's it.
Yeah, and then
left Phoenix
this next FG is going to be EFG, and with that left bird down, I don't know how they plan on defending it without any global ultimates.
It looks like the Olympians are posturing for another Phoenix push. Can we see objectives, please? Firetrain should be dropping off within minutes.
I think it's more 2 minutes. Although Pyro's about to spawn. Although one thing to note here, you know, Light, he's pushing up this left wave very far. He's gonna definitely be able to buy his team. He could if no one on the Olympians comes to stop him, but I don't.
He just pushed that bird.
I don't think there's any way the Olympians just let him walk up here for free. And it looks like Light is not going to test his luck either, and just going to choose to back. The Olympians do get that pyro.
They understand that the fire's coming up soon, and I don't think that they can push against fire.
Oh, Gray gets big damage put on him, and the Aries ult comes down and does get the purification off to get away, and now big damage from the Izanami onto the Achilles. However, the Wind Shamash comes down, and he managed to catch 2 people in it. DeputyMoofiin falls immediately, and then Gray, poked out from before, is not that much harder to take down right after. This could...
Xarxith on this Gilgamesh needs to go.
I still don't like the build. I don't like the build, but he's playing the pick well.
Out of their mind. I don't know. Teach me.
Can we also talk about the way that Flamey is playing off of this? Like, they are knocking these people back, and they are getting hit by either Disco Ult, Disco Strife. Like, just the follow-up inside the Wind Shamash from Flamey on this Discordia has just been so nasty.
Doing so much damage top of the PD charts right now. He said, I want to keep my passive. Nobody else is getting that.
Oh, the one big thing, I don't know if you noticed, this Achilles does not have a Spectral, and Cocky was critting him for about 200 in auto. And I don't think, and I'm pretty sure it was the regular auto, not the enhanced ones.
Yes.
Which, that could definitely spell something bad here, but they do have the EFG, and that Phoenix does just almost insta-fall, my god. Titan's still half HP, Olympians have not allowed it to regain anything. And we do see Trash Pandas maybe look like they want to defend this. They know the Disco beats it down, she gets pulled. Unfortunately, no one on Olympians was ready for it. The Disco misses its mark. Awfully low here. Gilgamesh drops the one to Shamash and goes onto him, goes on to Light, and the River's Rebuke. This Light is so spread, this fight is going so spread out. Rogue finds the kill, and so does Flamey onto Cocky, and we see them getting aggressive here now. Although Light finds the kill onto Flamey, and then the refrag right from Xarxith back onto Light. Could this be game? Moving awfully low here, Titan half HP. I think this might just be the end for Trash Pandas. They tried their best to defend it, but unfortunately they just were not able to get it back.
I was going to say DeputyMoofiin had a really good play there. Krunkaholik hit Gray with the ult. Knew the beads were down. Olympians posture to follow up off that, but DeputyMoofiin blinks in, ults 3 members away from Gray. Keeps Gray safe, but enhanced FG. Just did enhanced FG things.
100%. And then Moofin, you know, even, can we see the mitigations? I want to see how much Moofin mitigated, because he seemed like he was dying so fast.
37.
That's a lot of mitigations. He was just getting burnt.
MOEZARTS had 48,000 though. I don't know. I think that Moofin needed a little more magical defense.
I just think he needed online sooner. He sold the Rangas for the Genjis, like I said, but I think maybe instead of that Stone of Binding, he goes the Genjis.
I am next to positive that he sold that Genji. That Genji's was a mystical mail beforehand.
I hope not.
I
didn't
looked
see it,
down
but I
at
hope
it.
not.
I don't know. Maybe I was tripping, but I think that was a mystical mail before that Genji's.
Mystical Mail feels real good on Cerberus, but I don't think you build that into Soul and Disco.
Nah, not one bit. What
But,
do you
I mean,
think Trash Pandas have to fix for next game?
Before we get on to Trash Pandas, I think I need to apologize to the squad. I did not like their draft, and I feel like their draft was struggling in the early game. I mean, we said it. This Ares was struggling to find those pulls, but they proved us wrong. Xarxith and Flamey just looked so good on these two picks, and Rogue was just pumping out so much damage on this Soul that they just looked great as a squad. That once they hit that mid game and they started team fighting, they just looked so good together. But for the Trash Pandas for next game, for starters, I think MOEZARTS needs to have a lot more magical prots against a team like that far sooner. Maybe Light goes like one of those tankier junglers. Like I believe the Osiris was up top 3 and no one picked it.
He was.
But I believe they picked the Yemoja Serb and Hell instead. So, or no, the Hell's bottom too. They picked the Izanami. So maybe try and get Light onto one of these warrior jungles and don't give Olympians the chance to ban them away. Because it seemed like Light just had such a hard time going on that backline that whole game.
I certainly agree with that. I think that an Erlang could be a pretty good pickup. I think Erlang's super strong right now. Erlang's setup and then the early pressure that Erlang can apply is just, I think would be really good for the trash bin.
And I think it's also going to work well with MOEZARTS. With Erlang Shen, you're able to find that early aggression and whatnot. And MOEZARTS, he had the pressure over there early, and then Olympians started ganking him. And when the team fight started, he just wasn't able to keep it up. So if Light plays a jungler to help him out and just runs at those blue buffs, it could spell demise for for the Olympian squad, I think.
I agree. Now, what would you like to see the Olympians do? That's the question. They're up first game.
I don't even know. I think maybe just I think if they clean up their early game a little bit, maybe if they pick that Ares again, make those ults maybe a little more impactful.
I would have liked to see a Pridwin on the Ares. I don't necessarily think he needed that Spirit Robe. Well, Spirit Robe, really good item. But I think that the Pridwin would have been much more beneficial with the cooldown that it provides. The passive is also super strong, giving you a shield after you finish your ult channel.
Dude, I'm just upset. Gray got costed. Gray riptided a Gilgamesh out of his drop kick to save his carry, and I hope someone clipped that. I hope someone clipped that. That
save of the century.
I would be going nuts if I was Gray. I'd be screaming. I'd be going nuts over that.
Tilted.
Unfortunately, they still lost the game, but that was play of the game in my eyes. That was play of the game.
Oh yeah,
getting that save.
I don't know. Xarxith had some pretty crazy Winds of Shamash kicks. Those were pretty.
See, here's the thing. Damage dealers always get credit. I want Gray to get credit for that. Supports need love. Supports need some love. That save looked amazing. I believe it was inside of Winds of Shamash too. It let Cocky get out of it.
It was absolutely wild. It was like frame perfect too. He was in the middle of the dropkick animation, and a Riptide just kicked him back. Gray said, "Nope, I'm gonna need you to hold that L."
I think it also kicked him backwards too, right, like towards the emoji. It was a backwards Riptide, which means it was like max distance. Oh, great, do that again. Do you think that emoji goes through again?
Ooh, I don't. I think that the Olympians are gonna let it through. I don't know if the Trash Pandas are gonna pick it up though. I think that the Trash Pandas could benefit from a little bit more of an aggressive support instead of a Yamosha. Well, good, just doesn't provide the same type of setup. If you get what I'm saying, like there's the only engage that the Trash Pandas had was a Blink Serval. That was really it.
I think I have to disagree with you though, because the River's Rebuke can just start a fight on its own. Let's say you catch the support and the mid laner in it. The mid laner hops out, but then now the support is left in there alone. So now your team can either run past the ultimate and chase down that disco, or they can sit in the ultimate and poke and just kill the Ares. I
That's
feel like
true.
what hurt the trash pan is, we kept seeing Gray kind of get caught out in that fire pit. And I feel like if he just plays a little more tight to his team, or his team plays a little more tight to him in those areas, I think Gray may have been able to find more impactful Yemoja ults, and maybe made this Yemoja pick just look so good.
I agree with that. Production, can you swap the score up top, please? I believe Olympians won. I agree with you. I think that the emotion got caught out a little bit there, and it was unfortunate that there was no follow up or like really help nearby. And it
It
kind of
just seemed like
just
they were kind of on different pages. Gray was like, making like kind of that play where you're like, I know something could go wrong here, and that's a poor choice, but I just want to do it. But the Olympians were just ready for it, and they
Gilgamesh.
punished him. And we see that Gilgamesh ban come out first. Definitely a
Xarxith,
good ban. God was for sure a problem for them that whole game.
Xarxith was cracked on that. I think Xarxith hit 2 wins of Shamash double drop kicks in that game, and I was absolutely dumbfounded by that. The
And
Odin
then
ban,
like
pretty
each time
standard.
he did that, I think on those big plays, I'm pretty sure Flamey dropped the strife or dropped the disco on them at the same time.
Absolutely fried them.
Like just
Excuse me. Had to burp there.
oh good, but yeah, the trash man is definitely no a Sobek ban.
Sobek ban. Did
I'm
they
not.
ban that last game? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did. I'm a little questioning on it because I feel like I don't know. I feel like the problems there were
Weren't-
some problems last game, and are they just gonna let them through?
I think that the Gilgamesh was the main issue last game. I don't think that you're really gonna sit there and ban Discord. While
Mm-hmm.
Discord did a lot, maybe ban the Soul. I could see a Soul ban. Rogue looked really comfortable on that, and it was pumping out the numbers.
I mean, maybe
That
you do want to ban the disco though. I mean, the disco. I mean, while it's a disco, they just dropped 36k. I believe it was like 36k PD.
that's true. That's true.
Like,
I'd see it in a second round maybe. I think that the first round you have to reserve that for more strong picks with like
mm-hmm.
the Persephone, because the Olympians could go through this, let Trash Pandas get Tiamat, and then pick up Persephone and Osiris or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like
And we
Trash Pandas are
see
gonna ban the Tiamat.
they took their time on that too, and it looks like they banned the Tiamat, and then the Persephone follows up. You ban one, you ban the other. No one gets them. And then we don't think we talked about it. We
So
saw the
broken.
Artemis ban on the side of the Olympians. Definitely just a strong god right now. So hard to dive.
Stupid hard. I hate trying to dive Artemis.
And we see the
Oh,
Osiris come out here.
I like that. That it provides the flex potential between your solo and your jungle, and then your jungle pressure if you put it in is so high. Osiris 1 I think base does like 100 damage. Level 1,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
And it's a 5-second cooldown. Broken. I hate laning against that in solo. You
Mm-hmm.
just get run down level 2.
Oh, it looks like the Olympians are not going to let the emoji go through again. It looks like they want it for themselves this game. My interesting thing though, Cerberus is still up, and although MOEZARTS struggled in the late game, mid to late game on it, he still had that early pressure. And I'm almost curious, if they pick this Osiris and the Cerberus, Light's now on this tanky jungle pick. He can get in this backline. He can live a lot longer. He now has Lord of the Afterlife at his disposal to either get away or get in. And then with MOEZARTS on his side on that Cerberus, could definitely cause problems. And it looks like Olympians are going to pick the Soul. I'm sure if they don't, Ashen's going to take that pick. Ashen is definitely in love with that pick. I remember last season, Ashen said to me, I want to pick Soul. She's nuts. And then the next week, the SPL played her, and she was nuts. Like the week before, like she became meta. Like he literally said it to me, and then he went well on it. And they do choose to strip this
Wow.
disco pick. I do know that Ashen is. I've been on teams with Ashen, and he's played this disco pick before. So interesting pick. So they do. We were talking about banning it, but we forgot. You can just strip it.
You can just
And
pick
once
it.
they saw that Yemoja locked in, they know, all right, we're getting the disco or we're getting the soul. We're getting one of those two picks this game.
I don't like that Awilix there.
I don't, and I was just gonna say this. I don't know if I like this Izanami pick so high. Like Izanami's strong, but I feel like maybe they wanted to go for that Cerberus maybe instead and give MOEZARTS that high pressure pick. Oh, we do see maybe they're picking this Awilix to have themselves not have to ban out the Cerberus here and just tell MOEZARTS like, don't pick it. It's here. The counter is here. You pick it,
I'll
you're
pluck
getting
you.
pulled.
I'll pull you every time. The RDO's super strong against the Willix. I like that ban. That's a good ban by the Olympians. Triples out both the Feather Step and the Suku. Raijin pretty good
So
ban. High
here's the thing,
pressure.
right? I was about to say, do you think the Olympians are sending this soul back to ADC, and the Trash Pandas seem to think so?
I'd like to see it in mid. I think that ADCs right now, physical ADCs, are so strong. You just like a Rama pick here would be massive.
They're
You
banning. This is going to be a feels bad moment if the Olympians lock a hunter in here.
super feels bad. I would have liked to see the Cerberus on the side of the Trash Pandas also. I think that tanky dive comp.
It's still up. I really think they picked this Awilix to try and tell him just not to pick it.
I want to see Moofin just big
Sun Wukong.
And they're going to go the Wukong for the knockup as well, I think.
Yep.
Definitely a god that we've kind of seen fall out of favor with the meta. You know, you just had to be so tanky, and with the Wukong wanting to build that Soul Eater, it just became so hard for him. Although we have seen builds, I believe, where he just, doesn't build the Soul Eater.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of builds with like a Glad Shield first, or like you just go into that Warriors X and that's like your pseudo Soul Eater. Obviously, it's not nearly as good for
And
healing wise.
we see the Terra here, and the Dodge E.
Oh, so it's Osiris solo. I like that. I don't think that's bad. That's that bad.
I don't think it's bad for MOEZARTS because MOEZARTS will take these pressure picks, and we just saw him last game on Supp. He'll take these pressure picks and he'll out pressure them. But the two problems here now is he's on the Wukong, so anytime this Wukong feels pressured, he's gonna go up into the somersault cloud, and DeputyMoofiin's gonna struggle to find anything on him. And the other part I'm worried about is for Light. Light was struggling so much last game, and I kind of wanted to see him build a more tanky jungler. And now he's picking this Daji. He was kind of got like the same idea as MOEZARTS, because you go on the back line, you do your damage, you go up, you get into your ultimate, and then you try and continue. But okay. It looks like we have a lobby reset here while we wait for the Olympians' last pick.
I will say, MOEZARTS' favorite god is Wukong. From what I've heard from my teammates, because they played with him last season, that Wukong MOEZARTS OP. So maybe Wukong is good now.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't think he is.
I don't know. I'm worried for him. I mean, I feel like Wukong's fallen out of meta. Moofin's looking mighty comfortable over there with the one-on-ones in solo, and now he's on this Osiris.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think the Wukong was the pick there. But MOEZARTS comfort, that's his comfort pick, so maybe he'll pop off with it.
Though looking at these drafts so far, I'm kind of worried for Trash Pandas. Outside of Strife and Dajiol, they really don't have like any big CC to lock down the members of the Olympians.
Yep. You're
if this
right.
if this Yemoja gets beats, how is this Daji ever pulling her?
Not.
I don't see how this Daji is ever pulling this Yemoja if this Yemoja picks up a beats here.
Unless this Daji is like ulting this Yemoja on cooldown, you're never pulling this Yemoja. Let alone the Soul with Disapparate, with the Wukong with Somersault Cloud. I don't think that I don't like the Daji pick. While Daji can pump out some damage. Ooh, excuse me again.
So are they gonna redo the draft, or are they gonna just blind pick it? All right. So it looks like we will have to wait in game to see what this last pick is. If it's a hunter, it's gonna be a feels bad moment for Trash Pandas.
3 mage bans from the Trash Pandas, the last 3 bans being made. That would feel bad. I would like to see the Olympians bring a hunter in. I think that I just realized the Olympians banned the Fafnir instead of picking it up with Soul. But granted, they got the Yemoja, so
They already had their support pick, so I just don't think they wanted to play against it. Which that Fafnir definitely could have helped out the Trash Pandas with some CC and lockdown, but they opt to go the Terra instead. And I'm curious to see how this plays out for them. I mean, the Daji can apply Terror Ult really well. The Osiris can apply Terror Ult really well, or not the Osiris, the Izanami. I don't know. I feel like their team's gonna struggle proccing the Terror Ult for the most part.
I think I always forget that Terrell's a thing until I get hit with like 500 extra damage out of nowhere.
Dude, I used to play that thing in solo all the time, and it was so funny when you're like just so far down on HP on your opponent, and they take the one-on-one and you Terror Ult, and all of a sudden your HP bar just keeps going up, and then you just hit them with that one right hook that just takes out half their HP, and they're like, huh?
What?
What?
I love the videos online where the people like Terrell and then new ult and it just insta kills the person. Oh,
Just
it's
when
so
you Terror Ult
toxic.
somebody in solo and then they lose all, or just when you Terror Ult anybody and they lose half their HP to the Terror Ult proc, and they're just sitting there like, yo, wait, say psych right now.
Say psych right now.
Why is my HP gone? I want answers.
Right now. But I think that SPL says it, Aggro always says it, Terrell best team fight ult in the game.
For sure, definitely up there, definitely one of them. I mean, it's massive. Whether you're in your enemies or your teammates, the ult's gonna do something. It's either gonna heal your teammates, and you know, while the healing, it's not like hell healing, it's not like any big healing, but that healing does make a difference in those 5v5 engagements if they opt to not build the anti-heal. And same thing for the Yemoja on the other team. If they opt, and that's actually, I wanted to say this from last game. I almost wonder if that Yemoja kind of struggled, not only because Gray was getting caught out a lot, but they had so much anti-heal for the hell. They had the Tainted Steel upgraded to the breastplate, the physical one that takes, I believe it's like 50% anti-heal, and then they had 2 Toxic Blades, a Divine.
All they were missing was some brawlers.
Yeah, they had so much anti-heal, and I'm almost wondering if that made the Yemoja struggle to help out her backline, because, you know, once the with all that anti-heal, I wonder if it's just more worth it to try and hit the stuns, hit the slows, and just riptide your teammates away.
Yep.
Especially with those nerfs, because she lost some of her Omni, so now she has to be even more, what's the word? Like,
level 16, I believe, right? Level 16.
yeah, but I believe
max
she,
Omi.
but she also, I believe she lost some of like the max total. I believe they
think
took
so,
some of that
too.
away from her.
Like 1 or 2, I believe. Are we just waiting on them to come in game, Jordan? Looks like we're waiting on the Olympians solo laner right now, guys.
Players making some weird choices. Don't want to play the game. All right, I get it.
Let's see the prediction. Who do you think that the Olympians are picking up last pick?
I want it to be a Hunter. I don't know why. Like, I don't. I want this to be like a Rama pick.
Yeah.
Or like maybe not Don. Or what about a Heimdall for the Izanami? I don't know, but I think it's gonna be a mid pick.
I think it is too. Rogue looked super comfortable on the soul, so why not just put him back on it? They won the game anyway.
I mean, maybe they'll run that Hell back, or they'll take the Hell. I mean, take the Hell. The Hell was up, I believe. Trying to think of what else was still up at the end there.
Hell still was up. I mean, if they wanted it.
The Raijin was banned. The Merlin was banned.
Tiamat was banned. Persephone was banned. Soul was picked. Discord was.
Or maybe they could. Maybe they opted for a Hunter mid. They could maybe try and take the Neath, because it almost feels like with that comp that they were looking to just a Wheelix Wukong just screams to me like a Wheelix is coming to that solo lane and they want to bully Moofin this game. They don't want to let Moofin have pressure. They want to make Moofin feel. They want Moofin to just, when he looks at that jungle, just thinks, what if there's people there? And if they put the Neath on top of that, you know, Neath just hops in mid tower and goes, "Hey, you guys doing a gank?" Yeah. She shoots the ult, possibly gets the beads, and then Wukong knocks him up, and a Wheelix ults him.
Yep. I think that and they put MOEZARTS on Sun Wukong safe, so if Willix isn't over there, he can just play safe, clear wave, go to back camps, go to that little harpy they put in, maybe get totem, and then a Willix comes over, he blinks knockups, a Willix full, knee ult, dead.
Although, you know, you said MOEZARTS loved this Wukong, which makes me think he's still playing him right now. I wonder if he's going to go for like that early Glad Shield build, or if he's going to opt to go into the Solier build.
I don't know. I think that I don't like the damage build right now on the Wukong. I think
Hmm.
that right now in this meta with how much damage there is, you have to be tanky. The Sundering Axe. That's really the only way you're gonna survive while do damage to the enemy backline, or like maybe
Hmm.
a Bloodsoaked Shroud on like your Cerberus or your RDO when you're healing so much of the damage that they're doing to you. It doesn't really matter how tanky you are. You can choose to get that ethereal staff for a little bit more damage.
So you don't even think he's gonna go the Bluestone, even if he goes a full tank build?
Yeah, I think that since Bluestone got nerfed, it's just like not good.
Hmm.
Like Thundering Axe or Warrior's Axe, you get the 75 damage heal and the 15 prots of each, I believe. And then Sundering Axe is so busted that it's too good to pass up. Especially with Wukong, you can just sit in like that fire giant pit in those fights, and you throw out your cudgel, you hit somebody for 5% of their health, along with 2% of your mitigations or whatever it is, 3% of your mitigation,
Hmm.
and then 8 seconds later you hit them again, and then boom, that person's at 3/4 health. You engage on them, blow them up, and it's a 4v5.
Yeah, that makes sense. So hopefully he does go the Warriors axe here. Maybe he's gonna look to be confident and try and get that early lead with the Soelix, and maybe try and go the damage build and just try and be hyper aggressive and snowball. But then if he goes that build and they hit the late game, then the Olympians, if they catch up, might just be, or not Olympians, the if Trash Pandas catch up and they get back to like an even game state, and Wukong has that build, I think he's just gonna insta die.
I agree. I'm just
And
looking through.
another thing to worry about with this Osiris is that Ashen is on that disco, which means Moofin is on an Osiris, an already oppressive pick that's going to do absurd amount of damage to you. And then on top of that,
Disco
if he has a
passive
disco passive,
does even more. I think that the Trash Pandas, lacking in beads pulling ability, have a subtle amount of CC where they might be able to pull this game out.
hmm
I think that the Trash Pandas are gonna turn around. This is gonna go to a third game. What do you think?
I mean, 3 game sets are always more exciting. I hope Trash Pandas wins this, makes it an enjoyable set to cast.
Looking through some messages in general chat, it looks like they're getting ready to start up. Is that what we're getting, Jordan?
Yeah, sorry about this wait, everybody. Just looks like some technical build. Right, I'm back in. Wait, who'd you say was
Apollo
last pick?
last pick.
Apollo. So it was a hunter.
Massive.
And Rogue plays. That's a Rogue pick. That's Rogue's favorite pick. That Soul's going mid. It's a feels bad moment.
Feels bad. Double. We're gonna see Grave with a Frenzy here.
Yo,
They're gonna
imagine Rogue
walk
goes
over.
mid.
That'd be massive.
Imagine
Maybe.
Rogue just takes the Soul mid and then Flame just goes to ADC.
Maybe Xarxith is coming back in too. Maybe
Or
mid.
that's right. Xarxith already off rolling, but I hope not. I hope they kind of just keep their rosters the same because
They
Olympians,
did that pretty well.
they played the game was like close, I feel like, and then once they kind of hit that mid to late transition, Olympians just ran away. Xarxith was playing that like setup jungle pick so well for Flame, and Flame was hitting all that damage. Like I feel like Flame and Xarxith were like the two biggest
Impact.
contributions to Olympians' victory that game.
I agree. I think that we flamed the Discord at the beginning, but Flamey had proved us wrong.
Yo, I said sorry. Like he went nuts. They played that comp so well, and Trash Pandas could have played better, but if they're gonna take advantage of you playing bad, and it makes those picks that maybe aren't in the meta right now, but if you give those picks, just maybe even a little bit of leeway, they can make them work. By all means, play those picks.
Exactly. I think that the Olympians are really trying to not be in the gauntlet.
The Olympians don't want to be in the gauntlet? No, I'm sure. That's right. The Olympians brought that game out, and they're actually the lower seeded team going into this.
Yep. Trash
And they're-
Pandas, I believe, in 5th place. I want to say 5th, 6th, something like that.
I could check. I thought it was 4th.
I believe they're in 5th because the top 4 is Jungle Skogs, Going Ghost, Ice Age, Far Out.
Yeah, they're in 5th right now, while the Olympians are in 7th. That's
7th?
Yeah, they're on the cusp. They are right there. So close to getting themselves out of this gauntlet.
All I gotta do is win one more game. Excited. Excited.
And one
Rub
more
my
set,
hands
and they're
together.
there. Jordan, are we in yet?
Did they put on low spectate?
Hopefully they did. Sorry about this, everybody. We're trying to get back into the game, but we are having some technical difficulties.
You would think Phoenix is here with technical difficulties.
Should I just add him in the caster chat right now, just to annoy him?
Oh yeah, you'd hate
To
that.
do it. Alright, let's give Phoenix some love.
He's on vacation.
Alright, wait, so I'm trying to think of the comps now. So Olympians they have Apollo, Soul,
Nope.
Yamoja.
Oh yeah.
The Olympians, they have Apollo, Soul, Yamoja. Their solo is Wukong. Who's the jungle again? Wheelix.
Oh Willis.
And then Trash Pandas are running. The Disco, the Iza, the Osiris, the Terra, and the Daji. Whose comp are you liking more there?
Well, it looks like we're coming in. I'm gonna good look at it. Oh, it looks like Flamey went back into jungle. Xarxith went to mid.
Wait,
I
don't
like
tell me they actually forgot to switch.
I think they actually forgot.
Don't
to
tell
switch
me
and
that
they
actually
didn't
happened and they just played
reset.
that game out and Flamey goes nuts on the Disco.
He went ham. What a fragger.
Look, Olympians, multi-world prodigies out here. My
Look
God.
at them. Team comps that I like better. I think I gotta go with the Olympians. Ooh, it's a tough one though. I think I like the Daji or the Trash Pandas, being that Beads Puller and Blink Daji 1 auto is half a carry's health. Late game.
And
It
you know
does
what
so much damage.
I just realized, we kind of talked about Trash Pandas. We're gonna have a hard time to pull beads for their Daji ult, and looking actually at Olympians, it looks like they may actually be in the same state for this Oelix.
Yeah. I mean, if you have like Apollo Mez, but if you're beadsing Apollo Mez, he's way too deep already. And that's really it. Yeah.
Although, interesting thing to note here, if they choose to get aggressive on these blues, the Daji went Blink. Which means if she defends these blues and the Wukong gets a knock-up, while Oelix has her ult up, this Daji could be in for a world of pain.
Good to know. Daji 2 is not. Could be impactful. You can see some cracked play from Light.
And we see Gray did do that thing again with the walls on the Terra to hold the wave for his carry. And, Trash Panda's gonna get pressure here because Izanami just instant clears waves.
When I first started playing Smite, I thought that god was so broken.
Oh, Izanami's just a pub stompy god.
Yeah.
That god just absolutely just pub stomp people who don't see it coming. Although interesting, we see the beads come off of Ashen here in mid, and Light awfully low does manage to barely get away.
This mid 2v2 is so cracked. Both playing mid, both playing jungle, it doesn't matter what. They're just dragging.
Not to mention, their Olympians definitely has the hand in that 2v2.
Oh yeah.
So Wheelix, Soul, two gods. If Soul gets her passive up, doing big damage. Wheelix with the Feather Step doing 3 times, or I think, wait. Does it go up to 3 times or just, no, I think it's just 2 times.
No,
Is
it's
it
2
3?
times. It's 2 times. It goes
2 times,
1.0,
and then
1.5, 2.0.
Yeah,
With
and
the
then the
auto
passive on
attack
top of it. Yeah, and then the
Yeah.
passive on top of it gonna be doing so much damage.
Wheelix passive is so subtle you never notice it, but then you're like, wow, I really hit that man for like 100 auto.
Yeah, but then all of a sudden the Awilix just leaps on you and insta kills you. Like, huh? It's like, oh, her passive just gave her so much damage.
Rogue playing cocky there. Yeah, I just had to.
Wanted to steal that. I mean, might as well. He knows the Terra's gone. Cocky's not going to do anything if he dashes at him. And they know they just pushed the jungle. They actually know they just pushed the jungler back to base. So
Interesting. You see cocky with the tainted steel.
we've been seeing this a lot. This was being picked up in the SPL. They were having this Izanami. Yeah, this Izanami was just going the tainted steel. It lets her warrior go the fighter's mask, and then get the warrior's axe, and then they still have the tainted steel because Izanami doesn't necessarily need it. Although one thing that was kind of worrying me is I feel like when we normally see that, it's because the jungler or the solo is like has big heals on their side. However, the heals it feels like are for this Soul and Yamoja, and I'm not sure if it's going to be able to find them.
I agree.
Unless is it proc off Obo? Is it proc off Obo? Oh, what a knockup! Gets him at the end of the leap. Unfortunate for Ashen Eclipse.
That reminded me of. Do you remember that adapting clip?
Yes, that's the one I was thinking.
Oh, no,
Wait,
it's Sam for
no,
Soccer.
it's Sam for Soccer at the blue where he blinks and hits the cranks a 90 and just spins and hits the ult. Although, look at the members of Olympians coming on to Trash Panda's duel lane. They have no idea. Cocky just falls instantly. Unfortunately, he's not able to get away, and it looks like now they still want this Terra. She doesn't have anything up. No pillars to keep her from being knocked up, and Awilix finds the ultimate and gets the kill. I just don't think Trash Pandas knew that was coming.
No. They saw the kill in mid, and they expected, hey, we're safe in our jungle, and Flamey was like, nah.
And I think that's just, honestly, I think that's just a strength of Awilix's one right there. They knew that Awilix was just in mid, and you know maybe they knew to themselves, you know, they're not used to playing against an Awilix. The average jungler is not getting there that fast, but Awilix not only has the leap to get there, but Suku I believe gives like 20 to 30% movement speed at level 1. Yep. So she is moving across that map very fast.
Warrior's X pickup from the Osiris. I think
the interesting, we did see this. The Wukong did go the Bluestone. That makes me think we're gonna. Rivers Rebuke comes down. Fortunately, Light is not going to be able to get away. I think that Rivers Rebuke was just to try and peel. I almost thought they were fighting there at first.
No, I think that Rivers Rebuke was to lock down Light.
Oh, Light's in the team. I'm losing my mind. You're right. I thought Light and Yamoja were still on the same team. No, you're right. He used that to lock him down, and it seemed a little weird. I just don't know how anyone's supposed to help him there.
I don't know what they're doing in that part of their jungle. Maybe.
I mean, Olympians 4-0 up 4-0 in the first 5 minutes. No, they're just. Oh, the interesting Trash Pandas are now getting the enemy purple buff.
Interesting.
I'm so confused.
I think that the Olympians were like, we're gonna leave Rogue on an island right here. We'll let him farm.
And then we see the Awilix aggressive here on DeputyMoofiin. The Lord of the Afterlife comes up to try and escape, and Mozart does manage to find the kill.
We do see MOEZARTS going the full leader build.
He's going this damage build, so MOEZARTS is definitely gonna hurt this game. You know, you cannot ignore him. When we see Xarxith get the not a solo. No, did they chase him under his tier 2?
That looks pretty deep.
Mad lads, just not letting anybody get away, and big kill for the Olympians. I think. I mean, DeputyMoofiin been looking crazy in the solo lane, and now they find that kill and get MOEZARTS the lead here on this Wukong. And when he gets the soul leader on, and once he gets that thing fully stacked, Osiris might just struggle to find anything on him.
I don't think that Osiris is gonna at all.
Light dashes in onto the minions here, goes up into the ultimate. Fortunately,
stellar burst and just
can't. Yeah, he couldn't hit. Oh no! Flamey was just waiting there. He's either you leap in the tower, take your chances with Soul Yamoja, or he leaps here thinking he's slick, and he's just gonna the savagery. He's just taking his jungle.
Flamey with
although Ashen, not too sure he wants to let him do that for free. Although Flamey said, you know what? I don't care about the camps. You're the real snack. Oh my god, that was 300 damage. I think that's the Awilix. No way, Awilix passed it. I don't think it was up. Because she just fought this camps, but oh my god. That was a 320.
300.
That was a lot of Damahe.
Oh my. Olympians running away with it right now.
Yeah, Olympians really just said we don't want to be in the gauntlet. You know, game 1 we let you guys here in the early game, but game 2 we've learned we're not gonna let MOEZARTS get a lead. We're gonna leave Rogue on an island on the Apollo, and we're just gonna let him be, trusting that he's just gonna get this lead over Kawky, and that he's not gonna let Kawky have a lead. Although he already does have the 2 kills, I think because they got that early kill, and then Light came over and unfortunately couldn't find anything. Although still can't get lane pressure though because Izanami's a god. Yeah, look at that. That's about a 4k XP lead and about a 3.5k gold lead. Definitely terrifying. Only 7 minutes into the game. You know, it's not going to win them the game at this point, but you know, we're so little into the game. If Trash Pandas don't close this lead up soon, it's going to get bad. And Wheelix he's oh my, I can't even speak. Flamey is not going to let wait, can Light get over the wall? I don't think Light can get over the wall. He has to go that way. Oh, but his team Trash Pandas is here to save him. We see the Terra ult come out, but the River's Rebuke is used to peel away. Great plays from both supports.
Definitely.
Terra coming in, using the ult.
River's Rebuke there.
Although Light still Flamey not done. Flamey has Light's number right now.
The disrespect he's right now.
He is taking his camps, and Wheelix finds another ult onto this Terra.
God. Let him breathe.
And Olympians is just not letting Trash Pandas breathe right now. This almost feels like a different team from last game, I'll be honest.
It does.
Olympians is just bringing the pressure. But they brought that early game comp, you know, they're just playing with their comp right now as well, you know? Last game I don't think their comp was as early aggressive, and now they're just bringing it, although maybe Flamey getting a little too cocky here. Definitely not enough HP to take that on. I think Flamey's getting a little ahead of himself there. He's feeling himself, he's got Light's number. He's bullying Ash in the middle though. MOEZARTS finds the double kill.
2v1.
Oh my. The Olympians getting a little too cocky there, forgetting that they wanted to put pressure on the MOEZARTS, forgot the reasons why. Then MOEZARTS there hitting him with the reality check. See the Riptide, unfortunately not able to find her. I think, like you said, she should have gone for the sick Riptide.
They just lost that 2v1. Wow. MOEZARTS cracked.
MOEZARTS something after that. But I just don't know why. I just think Flamey got a little too cocky there, going up to him with no mana. I don't think he had that Hydra's finished.
Nope.
Like I'm sure he had so much gold in hand and just decided to come up to him and maybe try something he shouldn't have. And then MOEZARTS like didn't even care. He also just chased down the Wukong and still got the kill. Although we see them going on to Kawky here, but it looks like Gray will be able to peel for his carry and get him out of there.
What do you think about the Bracer pickup? We see it a lot from like Panda, Polar Bear Mike in the SBO. Aurora picks it up a little bit. What do you think?
I think it's clearly the item's clearly working, but I'm almost thinking this Terra should have built beads because both of her deaths are to a Wheelix pulls.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's getting pulled because that Olympians have realized she doesn't have the beads. And if they have to choose someone and they know no one's beads are up or everyone's beads are up, they're just gonna pull this Terra, kill her, and then look for pressure somewhere without their Terra.
I think that the Terra was sitting there thinking, I got my passive, I'm good, but you don't got your passive. Flamey is bragging on it. But it looks like the Olympians have slowed down the pressure.
Well, there's something to note here. Looking at the mid levels, there's a 2-level lead in mid on a Soul, although they are pulling this Gold Fury, but the Olympians, or the Trash Pandas will catch wind of it. Although it looks like the Olympians, you know, they're just going to take a quick break. They're getting ready to pull this again. Terra drops the ultimate. The River's Rebuke comes out. Funchi is not able to catch this Terra, but we see Flamey coming in here again to bully this Terra some more. He's not done. Rogueman is just to find the kill.
Feather Step just half hit the support.
Yeah, that's... Just the Wheelix doing so much damage with this Hydra's proc. She's at the 30% cooldown, and it looks like Olympians are just going to turn her right around and go pull this Gold Fury. And Flamey just wants hands. He is just going to fight this Izanami, and he's going to win because with his build, you know, he has the Jotuns, he has the Hydras, and he's...
Rogue up in the ult.
He's a level of 11 of Wheelix at 11 minutes. Like, this is not what you want to fight, and he's just going to... He is feeling himself. He's just going to ult for damage here. Although, one thing to note here, I don't know if he knows, the Apple of Discord does cripple him, so he could not use his Feather Step there. great play by
Up,
Ashen.
down
I'm
in the
sure
middle of
after
4 people.
yeah, we see the
And walks
solo
away.
laners rotate in here. So I don't know if you guys all know that watching. When you get hit by Disco ult, you are crippled. And I'm sure that Ashen knew that. And you know, Flamey getting a little aggressive there, feeling himself, hit him with that ultimate so that he could not use the feather step on him.
Maybe game 1, Flamey was like, bro, I'm really sick on Discord. Let me play mid. And that's just how it went down.
Oh, interesting to note here, Ashen opting to go the same build again. He's going that Doom Orb again instead of the Cronus Pendant or the Karen's Coin or the Tahuti, which we've been seeing.
I don't know how I like the Doom Orb on Discord. I think that on Discord, you have like your jump and all that. You don't really need that type of mobility. Why?
But it's also 145 power, which that's. But I guess Tahuti's the same, and it gives you the pen. It might just be a, you know, we have comfort picks. This is just a comfort item. Ashen likes feeling that movement speed. He feels better when he has that movement speed because he can just beat the other mid laner anywhere if they don't build it.
Can we see Golden Hand? I want to see if Rogue's about to pick up a full raid. Start critting people. Yes. Oh no, he just picked it.
He just picked up that tier 2 Rage. But when he gets that Rage online, it's definitely going to be a little spooky. Both carries probably going to go the same build here.
I would see it. I think that Wukong does not benefit, especially with the build that he's going right now, for picking up a Spectral. And Ozzy could definitely get away with a crit build here, especially with like a Willish. A Willish doesn't really benefit from going
I can't agree. He's going to need a Spectral, I think.
Oh, he's 100% going to need one. I just don't think that the Wukong playstyle or build benefits.
No, I don't think any build really benefits from it. Light just falls again. If like, I can't tell what's going on here. Is Light just getting caught out or going in by himself? And we see him coming in here. Flamey just deletes Ashen, and unfortunately the ult is not able to find its mark. Terra will just have to run away. And Flamey is not done. Flamey wants more. Honestly, I almost feel like the Olympians. I feel like the Olympians need a leash. You know, Flamey, he wants to get aggressive here, but you know, maybe there's a point where it's too aggressive. Just like this, he leaps in by himself, and Hockey finds the kill. Flamey, you're a head man, but you can't be doing that. But then Rogue dashes in and finds the kill onto Cocky. Cocky probably should have just turned around and walked away there. You know, they found the kill onto the Awilix. Don't push up anymore.
Do it, Rogue.
Just turn around, walk away. Oh, we see a skirmish going on here. We see the Soul versus this Osiris. Osiris takes huge damage and uses Lord of the Afterlife. But what's this? The Apollo comes in. The Apollo's the one tanking and body blocking. Although, unfortunately, I don't know if he's going to be able to. This is big damage from Moofin. Somebody stop this, man. He's going to get away. He's going to walk away. Then Ashen Eclipse finds the kill onto Xarxith. I apologize. What? Moofin's walking away here?
What?
So Moofin really just pulled up, said, it do not matter. It do not matter. I don't care that you guys are ahead. I'm my own person. In fact, he's 4-1 and has a level lead over his lane opponent.
Moofin said, get in my backpack real quick. We're going on a trip. Man goes all the way from solo lane over to the enemy team's red buff, frags both the backliners, and walks out.
And like I said earlier, he has that disco passive. He's doing so much damage right now. He's already he's top in the game, even though the members, although it's not by much, he is top in the game. Even though we've seen this Awilix's feather step, literally like 2-hitting people.
Yeah. Now Flamey's coming over saying, I gotta.
Flamey got cocky earlier. Don't do it again, man.
He's level 17.
Like I said, I think he's low. He's terrifying at the moment. Like I said earlier, I think Olympians kind of need to put a leash on Flamey. Flamey got a little too aggressive and he's lost a little bit of his lead, but I'm sure he's still gonna be able to do so much damage to Ashen or the other one if he manages to find him. Unfortunately, gets the ult and he's just gonna go on to Ashen. Ashen uses the ultimate to try and keep himself alive. Flamey still just going aggressive purely because he can, I think.
We see his
Terra not able to do much, although Moofin coming over. He used Lord of the Afterlife over the wall. He was lining it up. And he does not want to let Flamey get away here. He's doing big damage, although Terra awfully low will not be able to help him. And we see the mid and carry for the Olympians just leashing this Gulf Fury back and forth. Moving coming back towards mid here. Maybe looking for something, just trying to get Light out here.
I will
And we
say,
see
well
the
played by
Apollo
Flamey
come
there. He sees the Osiris come over and he says, I can't fight this anymore. This man's gonna, put some work on me. And he retreats.
I feel like Flamey needs to chill. I feel like if he keeps playing like this, there's gonna be a point where that where his combo isn't gonna kill Ashen here, and he's gonna die.
pay
And
for it.
honestly, I think Ashen's building a soul gem here, which might actually make the difference. You know, he goes onto Ashen, tries to kill him. All of a sudden, soul gem heals him for 200, 400 HP, and now all of a sudden it's like, guys, I made a mistake. My combo did not kill. I am now surrounded by a lot of angry people.
Goes in again. Aegis by Cocky, and so Light might be able to get the frag. Flamey, man, going in too deep.
Big kill for Light there. Flamey is worth so much, and
Rogue's
Light is
about
been
to kill
struggling
Light,
this
though.
game. Oh no, no
The
Light.
blink from Light is good though.
The members of Olympians. You know, there's no objective up. There's no reason not to chase this. Don't let him out. Unfortunately, it looks like Trash Pandas are gonna have to sack him, and
He's just gonna die to Phoenix.
wait, does Rogue? I don't think Rogue knows where he is. He thinks he lost him. Light's gonna get out here.
What a
Oh
cat and
my.
mouse. This
Light.
game, roller coaster of emotions right now.
That pays off for Light. You know, he gets that kill and gets out, which might be the first time this game that's happened.
I don't know though, because typically when you get that type of kill, you want to use that downtime of the enemy jungler being dead to kind of catch up. But Light had spent that whole time running away.
Mm-hmm. The only thing is, the only counter argument I have to that is that maybe Flamey is worth a lot right now.
That is
And
true.
he found that kill, so I'm almost wondering if it just, you know, I'm sure he would have loved to go farm, but even without it, Flamey was worth a decent bit.
Light definitely just got 500 plus gold from that too.
Mm-hmm. And we see Trash Pandas. Oh, I didn't even look. They're about 8k down. No, 7k.
Yeah.
That's terrifying. I almost wonder if Olympians are
go
gonna
to
look
net
for this
worth,
fire
please?
giant here. Wait, no, it's 6k. No, it is 7k. Okay, I can
Yep.
count. Just under 7. And then we
Deputy
see
Moofiin
Flamey here
top.
coming in here, gets the Feather Step, although Terra tanks it for her. Great tank that Feather Step, got in front in time to have Ashen not take that big damage.
We see DeputyMoofiin at second from top in the net worth part. What do you think DeputyMoofiin has to do here to pull his team back in the game? Because I think this is almost solely dependent on him right now.
This is not a question of DeputyMoofiin pulling his team back into the game. This is a question of, can DeputyMoofiin, like, can he survive long enough? Can he make up for the gap of damage that everyone's doing right now? For long enough for them to get up to the point where they can start doing that damage to get back into this game.
I get it, yeah. Like, can he stall almost?
I think
Can he stall the
DeputyMoofiin, I don't know what more you could ask from him at the moment, although we see the Apollo will come down here onto Light, and Light is going to try to go back to a teammate, and Rogue will come back and catch him, but maybe they committed a little too much. But it looks like Rogue will be able to get out. No, DeputyMoofiin will find the kill onto him, and Moofin, you know, all the members of Trash Pandas are pretty much dead except this Terra and Moofin is definitely a terrifying one, but it looks like he just walks away here. I mean, it almost feels like Trash Pandas there literally just said, you know what, Moofin's a problem, but if we just kill the rest of them, Moofin's not 1v5ing us. But honestly, with what Moofin's done earlier, are you sure?
He might 1v5.
Are you sure? Let's see what he does here. He knows they're on this fire. Moofin, he's about to ask, you know, he won the 1v2 earlier. What's a 1v3, you know? Uses the Ankh, gets in here. Olympians do secure the Fire Giant. Moofin awfully low here. Looks like Moofin will not be able to take this 1v3. No Lord of the Afterlife is up at his disposal yet. And the
builds.
Trash Pandas will be able to get him down. That's actually terrifying right now.
Moofin, my man.
If Olympians run these things down, they don't have Moofin to help them out.
I think Moofin just needs magic.
Alright, let's go. Both tanks have Spectral this game. Thank you. But yeah, actually, Moofin does not have a lot. What is
All he has is
Shogun's? Is Shogun's 40,
60?
50?
60?
Is it 60? Alright.
Yeah. And that's all. That's it.
60 is not a lot. He definitely needs to get some magic prots
60 is
for this soul. I mean, a Wheelix Awilix top damage in the game, but right behind Awilix is the Soul. Xarxith coming back in mid, showing he's a mid laner too, you know? Flamey, I can have top damage, almost top damage, just like Flamey.
Yeah. This Olympians team is looking scary. They caught their strides. They pulled the Titans. Artist Titans. They're red hot right now. I think that they're gonna go in a gauntlet next week, and they might. Oh wait, no, they won't be in.
No,
Gauntlet.
if they play like this, they're playing like this right now. They ain't going to gauntlet.
That's true.
And if they play like this in the playoffs, I mean, they're gonna play one of the top teams first, I believe, right? As 6th seed.
As
What are
6th
they gonna-
seed, they go against Going Ghost. I believe. Going Ghost, I'm pretty sure.
Ooh, but they've actually been struggling. There could definitely be an upset there when Olympians go. I think the Going Ghost Thor team has been struggling the past few weeks, right?
I believe that they just 2-0'd the KWM team.
Oh, was
I
that
think
today?
that the-
All right, never
Yeah, I
mind.
think the Going Ghost team's pretty good right now.
I thought I had heard they were struggling, but I guess I was wrong. We see the Olympians grouping up for a Phoenix Siege here. I mean, Terrell
What a
comes out with
Terrell.
River's Rebuke. River's Rebuke forces the rest of the team out. We see Daji go up onto the pillar. Will she be able to pull anybody? And no, she will not. Like I said, I mean, I think they have beads up all the time. They have no way to pull. Wukong goes back in off of that somersault cloud with almost no HP. Definitely a free decision. Although, this Phoenix is still up. This is looking like a successful defense from Trash Pandas. Disco gets the heal off of the Soul Gem, and Rogue falls. They still have the Soul to be able to push this if they end up winning this fight, but I'm not too sure they're going to win this fight. DeputyMoofiin coming onto this backline. It almost feels like DeputyMoofiin actually just did so much that fight that the rest of this team could get in here, and Ashen is now coming into his stride and getting big damage here, although he will fall to the emoji, but GettinCawky finds the kill onto Awilix. And now it looks like the Olympians push back. Are Cocky gonna try and get this back off? The Olympians gonna try and look for this bird. No River's Rebuke at the disposal for Disco or the Stellar Burst for the Soul. No ultimates up. Just some crit autos, and will Cocky be able to find damage? She's doing big damage. Soul's gonna have to separate away. That she will not be able to kill the Phoenix. Although big damage off the Soul too, and the lifesteal ends up keeping her alive. Although interesting thing though, that Izanami is the one with the Tainted Steel. Unfortunately, it's not upgraded yet, so I believe it's only about 20% anti-heal.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That Stellar Burst just hit
No, it's
her for half
50% anti-heal. Yeah, that Stellar Burst just... Or no, that Soul to be hitting different. Half the HP just is gone. Although interesting thing, you know, we talked about it last game. Soul has Xarxith now on the Soul has the Ring of Hecate.
Yep.
And it looks like, looking at the starter items here, it's looking like the Olympians, they've got 3 finished so far. Big ones too. Interesting, the Awilix opts to go the Mannequin Mace over the Hidden Blade. That, I don't think I like that once again. I feel like Hidden Blade works so well with Awilix's kit. Hidden Blade plus Awilix passive, like they just work hand in hand. I feel like it's what you'd want.
Yeah. You blink auto with the Willix, and there goes half their health between the mannequin and the Willix passive. And then you just hit them with a 2 and they're dead.
Flamey is also 12 and 5 on this Awilix, so maybe I don't know what I'm talking about as well.
Yeah. Yeah. Not long enough.
Over to try and help, and Light's gonna have to go over to the ultimate. I don't know if Trashman is gonna be able to reach. Terra getting zoned out by the Awilix, not able to reach. Not just zoned out. Flamey wants the kill here, forces out the Terra ulti. Alright, well, can't call it a solo kill. Emoji got a couple autos and you never know. Could have made the difference. Could have made the difference, you never know.
You're right.
And it looks like the Olympians now gonna group up for this fire. Just Flamey is just being a bully this game. Flamey and Xarxith are just doing so much damage. And you know, this Mannequin Mace is gonna come and clutch you. They are going to burn this Fire Giant
It's
fast.
already gone. It
Yeah,
spawned like 4 seconds ago.
I think that Fire Giant died faster than Terra did.
Oh man.
Someone get the timer. Someone watch it back. I want to know who died faster,
Flip it.
Terra or the Fire Giant.
So here
We
go.
see
We
them
have
now. They're
Cocky.
gonna run down this bird. Looks like Cocky did push up the left wave, but I don't think he's going to be back here in time. Ashen trying to look for a big strike, but he's the one that loses half his HP instead of, you know, one of the enemy backliners. We see the Ankh come out from Moofin. He's trying to push them out. Moofin's trying to do everything he can. The Willis just goes straight to, wait, to TheLight. I thought Ashen was there. I'm losing my mind. Ashen sitting in the back here. Flamey finds a double kill onto the carry and the jungler. Flamey not done. Flamey still coming in, uses the blink, can't find the auto for the feather step. Although while Moofin's trying to 1v4 the backline, Moofin's a lot. Wait, is that Moofin? That is Moofin, right? No, Moofin's dead. So that's great. I'm losing my mind. That's terrible. Oh no! The Ashen,
and that's game.
the Apple of Discord bounces off the River's Rebuke, and with that, Olympians will take this, and I'd say a pretty astounding win in game 2 here.
Handily. I think that they that was a display of
It just seemed like, you know, Flamey and Xarxith both did so much out of this jungle role that people say is useless right now. It felt like both of these games, it felt like the jungle for the Olympians, even though it was 2 different people, they both did amazing things. While on the side of Trash Pandas, and I don't want to just BM anybody here, it seemed like Light just had such a hard time this game getting to that backline. And one thing I just realized, you know, last game, wasn't it Gilga and Disco top D?
Yep.
Flamey and Xarxith, and now they've switched roles, and they've done the same thing in different roles.
Yep.
It's definitely something funny to look at. You know, and with this win, Olympians are now out of the gauntlet.
Yep. They said I don't want to be in the gauntlet, and they
deserve it.
Rolled the Trash Pandas.
I think maybe, I don't know, maybe Trash Pandas are getting a little comfortable. They know they're out of gauntlet. They're maybe not worried about it as much. And Olympians here came in today and said we want out. We're not going. We're here to win. And the Olympians came, and if they won that game too. Pretty astounding. That just felt like an astounding victory.
DeputyMoofiin, shining light. You went positive.
I mean, even though, I mean, as far as Olympians were, DeputyMoofiin was still finding ways to just, I can't say keeping his team in the game, but he himself was still getting his job done. It's so unfortunate that just the rest of the team fell behind on him. But, you know, we have the gauntlet next weekend. Trash Pandas aren't in it. They got about 2 weeks now to kind of regroup, figure out what went wrong this game, and fix it for the weeks to come.
Yep. I think that this gauntlet next week's going to be really interesting.
For sure. So, thank you. I believe that's all we have today. No more sets. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This is Armor, and I was casting with Mr. House. And shout out to our cameraman, Jordan, casting 2 sets in a row, or spectating 2 sets in a row.
Man's absolutely cracked on the camera.
Cracked on the cam. Alright, so thank you, everybody. I believe the other stream, yeah.
Yes.
I think that's it for games today. There's nowhere else to go watch, so everyone stay safe. Have a good night.
Tune in next week for the gauntlet.